Hi, this is Johnny. I have a question somebody asked me is like, how do you change the screen so you won't have a black line on top and bottom? There, there's a two ways to go about it. You could change it on all the game to have full screen, which I did on the other setup, where all the arcade game is a vertical screen, and and some of them, the Neo Geo one is not. Neo Geo, I only have some that is horizontal, and some of them are vertical. So today's video, I was going to show you. This is my arcade setup, and it have 962 game total. Up here 963, and I'm using the Wobot spin layout, which is I got it from the Mad Little Pixel, and I'll put his link so you guys could go check his video and download his. That's where I got mine from him. It's the layout where you could change a different one. I actually I went back to use this one because I wanted to make sure the marquee and the video is working. This one is a new one that I'm working on, which is the Capcom, and I haven't put the video in because I want to make sure it's easier to test it from here, because then you could pick the white. I use Raspberry Pi to do this, so that way when I do the Neo Geo arcade stick, I know exactly which maid to use, because there's so many different maids to pick from. So, and then here is my I believe this is, yeah, this is Turbo 16, and at the same time I was also testing the Turbo 16 out, so that's why I picked the same style. But this one I use a different one. This one is the Super Mario Brother. This one is actually the hack version, and I got it working. This hack and the Sunshine hack, those are very cool, because I love Super Mario, and then those two are the new hack that I find out, and I went and applied the hack, and it worked. So this is real cool. The hack is the IPS hack is I think it's a hackwom.com, where you could go and get all kind of hack from NES hack. You could get hack converted from English to, from Japan to English, So that hack, I'll try to remember to put that on the description as well. The hackwom, they provide you the IPS file, and then you have to use a program to convert them together. So this is a real cool game. But anyway, going back, this is my Super NES. I use the track mode called the Robotic NES, Super NES, and this is the Pac-Man style that I use. And in Mega Drive, I'm having some issue with it because I think I forgot to put all the wheel in. So I need to create another one. And this one is for PC Engine. I probably will change this to a PC Engine looking. But and then this is my Mega Drive, which you just look at. And let's go back to the question that was asked. And then I'll show you how I did all this. Different one. Alright. So this is my full version. I test every single game. Took me about 2.5 days to complete it. It is 236 game total for Neo Geo. A lot of people say that there's not that much. There is 269, but there's a lot of different hack. And if you don't appreciate the hack, you probably don't want to keep all of this, because some of them are a similar game. They just have some modification to it. So I got all the game plus the hack version. So hack version meaning that they added the extra stuff, extra fighting character, or extra. So I will go through it later. Let's go ahead and go through this. The question is, how do we change this so we won't get a black top and black bottom? Well, one thing I did it was I have a lot of games that require. So what I did is I create the bezel for it, and what I like about it is I created this and I love it. So that's the bottom of the bezel and that's the top, like the marquee. So if you actually make this screen big enough, you don't need this marquee. You could get rid of this one, get rid of that and just use this as a marquee. Get the big 10 inches or 12 inches screen, and then there you go, you have your own marquee and you don't need a marquee on top. So I would think that's tempted because you get a bigger screen, and I like the idea you could play horizontal and vertical game. Now this game, to me, I think it looked better playing it as a vertical instead of horizontal, even though it came out as a horizontal. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do that. So you press the select. See, this is the game. I mean, you could play like that too, but I think it looked better with vertical. So to do that and get rid of the black spot, what I'm going to do is hide my my bezel, make this disappear, and make this a full screen, and only do it on certain game. I don't want to do it on all game. So what I'm going to do is press select and A. So I press the select button, and this is not the A, I'm sorry. This is more of a X button. You just have to figure out which one you configure. I press the select button, and I press the X. So this is my A, B, and then C, D, or A, B, X, Y. So I press the select and X to get to the retro screen. Okay, and then we're going to zoom in more so you can see better. And what I normally do is right away I press the B button. Okay, I press the B button to get out from this is my B, this is my A. So I'm going to use A for enter and B to go back. Okay, so I'm going to use B to go back, and then I'm in this main menu. So main menu. So we press B, main menu, and then I'll go down to the setting. And that is where you're going to see the video. So you're going to press A. Okay, you're going to go to the video, and that's where you're going to change this to a full size. So I'm press A, and then I'm going to go to Court Provide. So that's the ratio. The aspect ratio is set to whatever the game size is. So if a game is this size, it's going to be this size. If a game is Y, it's going to be a full screen. But I don't want that game to be horizontal. I want it to be vertical. So I'm going to go down here, press the L down to aspect ratio. Then I'm going to click the joystick to the right to change the. So when I change it, this thing will start moving in different size. So I press customize. It just, and then 4:3 doesn't do nothing. Oh, 16:9 change. Just got smaller. 16 and 10, 16:15, and I use the 3.4 right there, 3.4. Okay, so I use the 3:4, or you could use the other one. I think the other one is 7.9. Both of them will work. Okay, either 3.4 or let me show you the other one. Oh, just passed it. 7.9. So 7.9 and 3.4 both work, and so you could use either one. I stick with 3.4 because that's the one I've been using. So that's the one for full screen for me. So once you select it, you just press escape, back, go back. Press B to go back. Okay, you're back to the setting. We're going to go back again, okay? Because we want to go to, we want to able to save it. In this screen, there's no option called overlay savings. And so we're going to go out, we're going to press B. Okay, now we're going to go back to on the first screen before we got here. Okay, so the first screen was go press A on the quick menu. This is the quick menu. When we first got here, it was on this screen. This was the main screen when we press select and X. This was the main screen. So we had to press B to get out to go to the main screen. So now we are back in quick menu, and then we're gonna scroll down. Now you don't have to do this if you don't have the bezel. I have the bezel on top and bottom, so I need to get rid of the bezel. So I have to go to over screen layout, but I don't want to delete it. I want it just to hide it for this game only. So I press A, and right here, this is the Neo Geo that I use, the one I made for Neo Geo. So if you press enter, and I have a console bezel and a game bezel, so you could pick the bezel you want, and then you just go in and press A, and then you see all the different one. Okay, so I'm going to escape, and right here it say 1. 1 mean that, let me show you what it looked like. 1, not off. So right now it say hide the bezel. So I don't want to hide. I want to show it to you. This is what the bezel look like, and I don't want it to be shown that dark. So if you change this to a 0, it actually disappear, meaning that I want you to display that in a barely like nothing. Okay, but if you increase the number, it starts showing. You could fade it out, make it to like, see, it's getting lighter and lighter, lighter and lighter. And what I did is I told it to completely I don't want it, which is mean 0, 0, 0. So you just keep on going there. See, it starts to look like it's disappearing. So what I did is I choose 0, 0, 0, which I go the other direction. It'd be faster. So now 0, 0, 0 mean that hide the bezel, don't show it. Okay. Then I press the B. Now, how you save it? The way you save it is you don't save it in the whole game or console or retroart.cfg. You want to save it to override. Okay, that is your main key. So in the quick menu, you want to go to override, but you don't do that until you change the screen size on the setting video. You change the screen size first, then you come back to quick menu, and then you go to overrides. Okay, press A. Here you want to save it only the game. Now if you want this to happen to all your game, like I did with RK, then you will say save courts override. So that means all my Neo Geo game, which is using FB Neo, all the FB Neo will be full screen. Okay, and I don't want that because all my FBM, I don't want a full screen. I only want some game, not all of them. So you want to save it just this game. But if you want to change it for all the game, then you say save the court to override all. Now it depends. You have different arcade game you're using. You could be using, my default one is May 2003. So all my 2003 are full screen. So I told it that I want to set it up for the full screen for 2003. But the other one, I didn't say save all to a full screen. So it depends on which one you are using. And if all the game is vertical, you want to change all to be vertical, then you want to do this one. So I'm only going to save it for this game. So I'm going to press A, and that's it. In the bottom it says saving. See that? So let me zoom in and I'll press A again. You will see what it say. Press A. It say override save successful. That means we are good. And I'm using Final Burnout Neo. So this is only affecting this game and the Final Burnout. Okay. So if I use a different emulator, this setup will not take place. Only if I'm using Final Burnout Neo. Okay, so that's what I'm using, and this is what I set up. So now I finished saving it. Then I press B, and that's it. I could restart the game. Just press A and resume or restart. Let's go ahead and restart the whole thing so we make sure everything's working. So now it load up Neo Geo full screen. It's not using half a screen, and the bezel is not there no more. So once it started, you will notice the bezel is not there no more. Alright, so this video I'm just going to focus on how to change the screen and only affecting on one game, not all the game. If you guys do curious about other things like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, if you are interested in it, let me know, and then I will do a separate video on that, because I don't want to talk about some subject that other people did not ask about or doesn't really, you know. But I just introduce it out to you guys. And but if you do care, you do want to know, and you want to, but I will give you the description how to get that, the layout, the different track mode, image theme that I'm using. I'll give you the link to ETA Prime, and then you could look at it, and that's how I learned how to do it, by looking at his video. He have a good instruction in that video. So alright, so let's get out this game, and let me show you that the other game is not affected. Oop, no. So let's go to a different game. Let's go to this one, because that one I know I didn't change it. And just to demo that it only affects that game, that one game. Did not affect. See, this one have the bezel on top and it's horizontal game. So yes, it only affect that. Now this one I did the chord, so I did not set it to be this size. This is the size of the original game, based on the game ROM that is running. So this is the original size. So I didn't change it. I just add my bezel for the Neo Geo, and I really like the bezel. I like when I did it. I'm like, wow, I need to move that to Neo Geo arcade stick. Use that as one of my picture, you know. And I noticed that there's a couple of hack that is not in Neo Geo arcade stick, that it would be pretty cool to move it over there. So I'm thinking about doing that. But yeah, I have 200 plus 263 plus game. Let me make sure I'm telling you right. Yeah, 236 game. Now some of them have the same video and stuff, but they're different. Like this is a bootleg, but it's something they added. Now I don't remember every single hack, what is the difference on each hack, but there is a difference between a hack. And so and then I also including some Asian game which I never will play because I don't understand it. And then you have Metal Slug Plus and Metal Slug 5 Plus, and Metal Slug 2 and 2 Turbo. I got that. Well, 2 Turbo has always been working with the arcade, but I got the 2 Turbo working. Metal Slug 3, Metal Slug 6, Metal Slug 3, and this is a hack version, but it didn't say hack on it. So, and Metal Slug 4, and so on and so on. Yeah, so there's a lot of game here, but 236, sorry, not 60 something, 236. I started with like 270 and wind up it doesn't work at all, so I delete, and then checking, make sure all the wheel is there, or the snap. They call it snap, which is a video clip, and then the marquee. So yep, I need to fix this marquee so be move over, and I want a arcade cabinet of Neo Geo. So this will change marquee, and this will be the screen. So I want to adjust the screen, adjust this to move closer to this, and then I want to put a picture behind it. So that way I will have a marquee. So let me show you that real quick how I do that. I press the tab key. You need to have a tab key set up so you could go. I got the keyboard plug in here. So when I say click on the tab key, I click this button, tab, and then this screen show up. Okay, and so to change it, to change it, what I do is I go to display, and then I go to Neo Geo, and the Neo Geo I'm using this one called Robotic Spin Neo Geo MW. Now here's the layout that you could change. So if I want to change this to, they don't call it the way you call it, they call it Moon and Robot. So I'm going to change this to Robot. Okay, and that will show you the marquee and everything, but the marquee is not set up with displaying the marquee. It's a fixed marquee, which I don't really like. Oh, you change it back. Press A, press A, press down, press A again. I didn't press A, that's why I didn't save it. And then back, press A, and then go back, press A again. So we're back to the configuration screen again. So to get out, go back, press A. And now see, this is how it look. With now I have the background have an animation in the background, so it's moving. But let me see if I can make this screen darker so you can see better. So yeah, you have a Neo Geo look, but this are not changing, and I like that to be changing. So when I change the game, I don't want just the video. I want this to change too. So that's what I'm planning on working on that. I'm still playing with all my images and my now you could just change all this. We have to change a CFG file inside the track mode, inside this image. But this image originally came from the 101. So let me power it off and show it to you where this image came from. So my power button does work. I turn it off and then wait for a few minutes. It doesn't look like it look like the track mode is turned off, but the system is not powering off. Alright, let me turn it off. Turn the power on. Now if you have any problem with the hardware, the only thing I could do is give you advice, but I'm not the person I'm not the seller. I'm just a person that just found out that hey, I could use this video and do a video on YouTube. But if you have any problem or anything, please contact this is a original image is by the Smasher 101, and I changed it to look like this. I like the way his image is because I could go to emulation station and I don't have to tilt my head sideways to look